Representative Marjorie Taylor Green called fellow GOP Representative Darrell Issa Tuesday after he attacked her for lacking the maturity and experience to understand the proper way to bring an impeachment vote against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, Green included a meme of former President Trump saying, "She said he's a P word." The meme was a response to another post from her official House X account, which also attacked Issa. Darrell Issa is right. I am a hardworking member of Congress who puts the American people first. We all know that Darrell Issa lacks, Green posted before including emojis of 5 different sports balls. Issa had defended himself Tuesday morning against criticism, especially from Green, for his vote to punt the impeachment measure on Mayorkas back to committee. He has joined 7 other Republicans and Democrats in voting against the measure Monday. Asked what he, as a seasoned member of Congress, thinks of Green's plan to bring privilege resolution on the Mayorkas impeachment, Issa attacked her maturity and experience. The history of privilege resolutions is that they're brought by the majority leader in the minority leader, or the minority leader. Privilege resolutions have not historically been brought by one member, and when they do come from one member, they're most often referred to committee, as it was yesterday. He said, look, Marjorie Taylor Green is a hardworking member of Congress, but I believe she lacks the maturity and the experience to understand what she was asking for and how ill-prepared we would have been to do it on short notice on the floor, he continued. Issa defended his vote to punt the impeachment measure, noting that the other GOP members who did so are mostly seasoned chairs or former chairs with years of experience on the way these actions typically proceed. He said he'd be open to such an impeachment vote as long as it goes through the process. We all recognize that doing this in regular order is the right thing to do. An impeachment in the committee of the whole with no notice would be simply chaos, he said, referring to the prospect of bringing impeachment to the House floor. If there's a case to be made for impeachment of anyone, it needs to be done in a deliberate fashion, he said. If it comes over to judiciary for the execution, I serve on that committee and I have no problem with us doing it. I have a problem with us doing it poorly, especially when we know that most times these things are dead on arrival on partisan basis in the Senate. Tensions are high among House Republicans following the ouster of then Speaker Kevin McCarthy early last month, and the caucus subsequent struggles to replace him before the eventual election of Representative Mike Johnson. Also on Tuesday, Rep. Tim Burchett, one of the Republicans who voted to strip McCarthy of his gavel, chased the former speaker down a Capitol hallway after accusing him of elbowing him. I was standing there, McCarthy elbowed me in the back. Burchett told reporters after the encounter, I said, "Hey, what the heck would you do that for?" And he acted like, "Oh, I didn't do anything, and he needs to go home back to Southern California," he added. So it's interesting that stories like these really show you all of the problems that Congress has. Green is one of the Republicans, at least, their current members, most well-known members, one of the ones that fundraises the most. She elicits a lot of support from people in her district and I guess across the country that see her as this Trump protege in a way, if you know what I mean. And I feel like a lot of people forget that she is just a 2-term congresswoman. She's someone who has not even been in the House for a full 4 years yet. And because of that, she does have an experience. She's not familiar with procedures, but even then, it's not even because there are some people like Ro Khanna, for example, who in his first term, started doing things with Sanders in the Senate and just kind of getting an idea of how to work on legislation with things. You could get that feeling that he was learning as he went along. Green is someone who wants to get attention for herself. And so instead of going through the proper channels, okay, I want an impeachment vote on Mayorkas. I want to learn, how do we do this? How do we ensure we can get a vote on this? And do we even have enough votes to make sure we can get rid of him? Which the obvious answer is probably no, but whatever. Because they have such a slim majority in the House, and getting anything done in the Senate related to removing a Democratic appointee is just completely foolish. But again, a rational person who's not experienced would try to at least go through the proper channels, and she didn't do that. She tried to rush this, so she go on social media. I'm trying to impeach Mayorkas for his failure at the border. Everybody donate to me, because that's what this really is about. It's the spectacle and the image of appearing to be doing something when you're actually just trying to make sure more and more people give you some coins ahead of your upcoming campaign next year for a third term. And when Issa doesn't go along with this, because not because he's some big Mayorkas Biden fan, but he knows that there's a way for this to be done, she gets on social media, accuses him of having no, I mean, you already saw that she put those sports balls for a reason, and of being a word that is synonymous with cat. And it's like when I read stuff like that, I'm astonished that, like, it's not even just, oh, it's a member of Congress. This is a almost 50-year-old woman talking about her colleague in that manner. And I'm normally not the person that does the whole, like, oh, we need to be civil, because I was actually I said before, Trump's a very good speaker, because he's got some zingers, and also able to just kind of, he doesn't really care about speaking as if he's someone who has a script. But with her, it's like you have a person who doesn't disagree with your overall position, which is trying to get Mayorkas impeached, but he disagrees with the way in which you're doing it. And so instead of working with him to say, okay, at least if we go through these channels, I can ensure you're going to vote on my thing. Oh no, he lacks this and he lacks that. And I like that Mayorkas tried to say she's a hardworking member. It was like, what does she even do? Like, I never understood how members of Congress are so busy. They're all trying to serve the American people, but then 90% of the time, what do you see them doing? Giving some speech on the floor that they put up on their YouTube channel to make some more money. A bunch of tweets like every day, photo ops, right? Them standing next to somebody and taking some pictures. Oh, I visited this power plant. It's a joke. These people are not doing anything. It's just kind of funny that they're able to cake it in this idea of, oh yeah, I'm trying to get Mayorkas impeached so that I can serve the American people, even though I'm actually not serving them, because the way I'm doing this is making it to where I can't even actually succeed in my overall goal, and I'm going to spend more time attacking the person who probably agrees with me because they didn't go along with the procedure in the specific way in which I would have preferred. It is all theater. Congress needs better members, and it doesn't mean they have to be socialists or liberals or whatever, but it's just, you would think that conservatives would want people who at least know procedures, especially after a term or two, or if they don't know it, they're gonna like seek somebody. Like if I was a new member of the House and there was somebody I wanted to impeach, get rid of, have some vote on something, I would ask another member who's been there longer, what is the procedure to start doing this? What do we do to begin this process? Because it's understood that you haven't been there that long. You're probably not going to be that familiar with it. So I think this is just another example of Green's immaturity. But of course, people are going to go donate, and it'll get her some attention. So I guess it's a win even when you lose scenario.